Hi, Asim. How are you? Sorry, I don't know if I said your name correctly. Do you want to?
Yes, perfect,
Oh,
perfect. Asim is great. Perfect.
okay. Hi, and welcome to the Lead Host Summit Series for 2022. Would you like to please start by telling us about yourself, where you're from, your career, what you do, so all the amazing ladies can get to know you?
Sure, yeah, my name is Asim Aliloski. I was born in Austria, in Vienna. It's a beautiful country. I mean, if you love classic music and beautiful historical buildings, then you should go to Vienna. And I live in south of France. And what I've been doing actually for more than 12 years right now, I've been helping wonderful women and leaders and entrepreneurs out there to find their life purpose and to make it a success. Because everybody here on earth, or I guess people who are listening to this series here, they came here for a reason. You came here because you have a purpose. You're probably a wonderful human being and you came here for a big reason. And my job is to help people and guide you to find this purpose for you, or probably there are more purposes. That doesn't mean that you only have one, probably you have more purposes, and help you to find this purpose and make it a success. Not just only know it, but do something with that, express it, bring it to the world, bring it to the people, share your gifts.
I
That's what
really
I've
love that.
been basically doing. Yes.
I really love that. Okay, so first, people struggle with their life purpose because some people say that your life purpose is what you do, and other people say it's what you are. And some people believe that their hobbies and things that they love is their life purpose, but it can't be something they charge for. So, my question is, how do people know? Because some people feel like they don't have a life purpose and they just have a career or a job. So, how do you guide people in finding that life purpose?
I mean, there are a lot of questions here,
There
and
are so many
yeah,
questions.
yeah, and very good and I love them. I love them all. And there are also some beliefs here, also some limiting beliefs here, like if you live your purpose, you have to do it for free, for example. That's a
Mm.
belief. Yeah, it's just a belief. It's not true. Actually, it's not wrong as well, but it's just a belief. And if you believe that, then this is your reality. If you are okay with that, if you say, okay, I mean, I don't want to charge for my purpose, then that's fine. Leave it that way. But I also want to question the idea, why not charging for your purpose? I mean, people charge things for everything.
Yes, they
People
do.
charge, yeah, especially they charge for things that they hate doing.
Very true.
you know so even if you're an employee somewhere, and you get a salary, that's something that you charge. I mean, you don't write a bill, but at the end it's something that you charge for your work and for your service and for your time. So I mean, if people can charge for things that they hate doing, why shouldn't people charge for something that they love doing?
It's a very good point. It's
There
true.
is, I mean, you might find some reasons, but all these reasons are kind of part of a limiting belief system.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my personal opinion is that, I mean, I can explain to you how I do it. Usually, I have some parts, um, among my purpose. I do things for free as well, like doing some kind of charity or helping people just for free. And on the other side, I charge a lot for my services. So
Balance.
I have two balances. I have two things here. So, and I think, I mean, if you do something that you love and you get money for that, then that's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong about that. And if you do something that you love and you get a lot of money for that, millions
Even
and
better.
billions or whatever, that's fine as well. And I know there are some kind of, let's say, some limiting beliefs that probably light workers or people who are like spiritual healers or coaches or whatever.
Yeah.
It has to do something with past life things, but I meet a lot of people doing amazing spiritual work, doing amazing healing work, and they feel kind of somehow blocked or limited to get money for that.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're then closer to God if you don't get any money for that. It's just you have something that is limiting you. There's a blockage, and you can work on that or leave it. That's
I
your choice.
definitely believe in that, because I know growing up, I was told that if you want to be a really good person, you can't be rich. You can't be good and have money.
Yes.
Therefore, you grow up with this belief that being poor somehow makes you a humble person and a better person. So it's
yeah, I mean, probably that's not something that you invented.
No.
These are beliefs that you inherited.
Yeah.
It's like inherited from religion groups, religious cultures, parents, genetic, people from your family, especially your family background. That's something that you inherited. It's not that's not your belief.
Yeah.
It's
something we have to then work through as we grow up so we can be successful ourselves.
Right. And a lot of people out there, I don't want to go into some conspiracy theory right now, but a lot of people out there, they don't really like the idea of powerful, spiritual, wealthy people. They don't like that idea.
They don't.
Because at the moment, obviously, a lot of people who are not doing light work or who are not like having the best interest for humanity have the money, have the financial resources, and they're not really interested in people out there who want to make a positive impact in the world and also have the financial power. So these people love to give you all that kind of ideas that if you're spiritual, you shouldn't be rich. If you do kind of spiritual work or healing work, you shouldn't charge money, or you shouldn't be successful around that or something. So that's where we are right now. But you have your own choice, and you can make your own decisions how you want to make it and what you want to do. And if you want to be the first spiritual billionaire on earth,
then go ahead and do it.
Yes, then go for it. I mean, we need that kind of people. It's not selfish, actually. Imagine people who have, who are mindful, who have the best interest for humanity, and also have the financial power. I mean, what kind of change would we bring here on Earth? What kind of transformation would we?
Would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing, right? That would be amazing, right? I mean, if people like us would have the financial resources and the financial power, I mean, we could change the world into a better place.
100% agree with you.
Yes, that's why I usually support the idea that spiritual people, light workers, or however you call yourself, have the financial power.
I find that it's a lot more to do with other people judging us, or we don't want to step out into the light and make a scene and be big and say what we think and feel, because we are very worried people will judge us.
People will judge you either. no matter what. Yeah, yeah. No matter what you do, you will always find people judging you. If you are poor, I mean, you can be poor and you will get judged for being poor. You will get judged for being being rich. You will get judged for doing healing work. Like if you're a special healer or do some kind of woo-woo things, you will get judged for that. I mean, people will judge no matter what, either way.
Do you find that when people want to step out and do their life purpose instead of work a normal 9 to 5, that they're worried about judgments and then their limiting beliefs come into play, and
of course,
the judgment causes them to lose self-esteem and confidence in who they are?
Yes, I mean, this is a very important question, because it's not only about judgment here. I mean, in different lifetimes, people got burned, killed, and tortured for being a light worker, for being a spiritual healer, for doing healing work. I mean, this is a very extreme form of judgment,
Very.
And this is somehow saved in our cell memory. I mean, we somehow carry this fear in us of being burned, tortured, or killed when we step in our light and show up and do our spiritual work and our healing or whatever we want to do here, or do something good for humanity. We might have this fear somewhere behind that we might get, which is actually, I mean, what happened in the past, it doesn't mean that will happen now. I mean, nobody will kill you, but you might put it in a different line. You might say, okay, I have fear of being judged, but in reality, there is some fear from past lives or from past timelines that you might get burned and killed and tortured for your light, basically.
That is so interesting, because I know I read an article of another female. I think she heals the witch's wound, and she believes that exactly what she said, that you're burnt at the stake and it's still within you, so you got to go deep and really do the healing.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't mean that everybody who does some kind of spiritual work has that fear, but I had it. I mean, I know it from me personally, so I had to work on that and release those kind of past fears, because they somehow, I mean, I did a lot in order to step up and show my light and do my things out there. But I felt so stuck. I felt so stuck, and I felt so not being able to move forward. And then, I mean, it's obvious, if I'm scared of being burned or tortured or killed for being a spiritual healer, then it makes sense that I don't want to move forward, actually. Yeah.
So is this something you do with your clients? You help them heal through past lives, generations, trauma?
If it's necessary, yes. If it's necessary, yes. I mean, when people say when people come to me and say, I work a lot and I'm doing everything that I can do, but I'm not moving forward somehow, I'm not seeing any progress, although I'm putting so much time and effort and whatever into that, then it might be a good thing to go deeper and dive in deeper and see if there is anything. I call them like some light workers codes, something people like us, spiritual workers, spiritual healers, carry within them because what happened in the past. So I might go into that with them.
That's lovely. Yeah. That is so cool. So tell me, how did you get into your career?
Well, I didn't have any choice, actually.
Okay.
I graduated from university at the age of 25, and after it, I became a coach because I had this inner voice in me that telling me actually most of the time that I can't do anything else. I mean, don't get me wrong, I studied business and administrations, and I had some kind of job offers after graduating from university, but I rejected. I said no
It's not for you.
because, yeah, because I wanted to live my purpose. And I knew actually at very young ages that I came here to help people, to help humanity, uplift the consciousness and transform and change. So that's why I decided after graduating from university to do this.
That is so interesting. And especially after COVID, I find that there's a lot more people moving towards spirituality, the woo-woo, slowing down, going deeper, journaling.
Because humanity is about to wake up,
Okay.
humanity is about to wake up. Things are not working anymore like in the past. People have or had time to reflect, to feel inside if it's the right thing, what they're doing actually, or what they have been doing for many years, if this is the right thing, if this is fulfilling, if there is any meaning in it. And
Yes.
people somehow notice, oh, probably not. I just do it for the money, or I just do it because somebody thinks I should do it, or whatever. So they had time to reflect and think and made their observations and decide that this is not what they came here for. There is no meaning in that.
That is so true. I think a lot of people didn't realize how little meaning or how little fulfillment they had. And I always think back to Robin Williams. Everyone thought he was the funniest man and he was amazing, and he was. And then he committed suicide and no one realized how unfulfilled he was.
Mm.
But
Yes.
lockdown really caused us to sit and be alone and reevaluate our lives. And I
Mm.
love, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about spiritual and having spiritual journeys and spiritual awakening. So I definitely think there is a bigger move towards that. I do
That
think a lot of people, sorry to interrupt you,
sorry, go on.
there was a lady I know who wanted to work with me, but she refused to work with me because she doesn't believe in the spiritual side yet. And I think there's a lot of people in the spiritual closets who are so interested, but they don't know where to start or how to come out or what to start researching.
I was never satisfied with little fulfillment.
Which is
Yeah, and if you don't want to compromise, that's fine, because probably that's not your way. That's not your path to live the way of compromise, to live of, to somehow settle and be satisfied with what you are. You can't be content and satisfied with what you have, but it doesn't mean that you can't grow and find more and deeper meaning in your life.
true.
And I always had this inner voice, or this, let's say, this inner emotional GPS inside me telling me, no, that's not that's not fulfilling for you. And that's fine.
And it must take a lot of courage to have your beliefs and step out and be like, I'm not going to follow the business and way that you are going to go, and follow on your own path.
Yes, you need to have the courage. And I'm very grateful for also having my mentors. I started going to a coach at the age of 20.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
yeah, probably I was his youngest client, or I don't know. So I always had my mentors and my coaches around me who helped me to, gain this confidence, have this courage in order to do and to go my own way and to do my own things.
That is lovely. And it is so important to have the right mentors to help you along the road, because there's a lot of naysayers or people who, it's not that they're naysayers, it's just people love you and they're not sure the journey you're taking. So you do need.
Oh, I mean, you know what? If you're open and receptive for support, then you will receive it. It's easy. Yeah, I mean, if
Make
you're
it sound
open,
very easy.
yeah, I mean, it's really that easy. If you're open and receptive and you're asking for support, then you will get it. If you think that you have to figure out everything by yourself and you don't deserve any kind of support, then probably there's a big chance that you won't get it. I mean, I was always asking for support. I mean, even nowadays, when I get up in the morning, I ask for support. I even sometimes don't know for what.
That brings
Yeah.
me to our next question. Do you have a morning routine? Some people believe you need to have it and some people don't, but I just want to know, do you have your own personal morning routine?
Yeah, I do have, but I don't think that everybody has to have it. But I do have it. You know, I usually my I spend time with meditation, with going deep within, with connecting with the source, with God, and see if there are some insights or messages for me. At the moment, I'm also working on on my spiritual ascension, because this is a very important topic at the moment, to bring more light into your body, to become the embodiment of the divine. That's I would say the most important thing at the moment that you can do is to become the embodiment of the divine light. And this is what I've been focusing in the morning for a long time. So actually, you won't have any appointment with me before 11.
That's your time.
Yes,
Which I think
correct.
is so important for everyone to have their morning time, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes. I always say, have some time to yourself before you just
Yes,
run around with the day and start getting bored.
yes. I mean, I'm a super great position that I'm so flexible and I can, schedule my own things how I want. And usually I spend time with me every morning for a minimum of 2 or 3 hours, which is very luxurious, I know.
That
It's
is, but I
yeah,
definitely think it's helped a lot.
yeah, I know that I'm in a luxurious position, but I'm not just lucky. I decided that I want to have it this way.
I was going to say that. It's the life you
So
manifested and chose to live.
yes, like I mean, I live it by design. It's I designed it that way because I wanted it that way. And my I always said that the first things in the morning, I don't want to do like spend time with all this sometimes not really important things,
Sitting in traffic, going to work,
yeah, going to traffic
going for a
or
coffee run.
even talking to people. I mean, I love people, but that's
That's
not
even fun.
that's not the first thing that I want to do in the morning.
I completely understand. Okay.
Yeah. So the first thing is actually that I want to do in the morning is to deepen my connection with myself and to God.
I think that's very important, because a
Yes,
lot
for
of
me it is.
it, to trust your intuition is so important. And you can't trust your intuition unless you get to know those things.
Right. I mean, the one thing is to be able to listen to your intuition. The next step is to be able to trust your intuition. And the next step is to act on your intuition. So you have to master all these three
Do
things.
you rely on your intuition with your clients? Like if the intuition comes through and you have a message for your clients, would you give it to them?
I don't only trust my intuition in terms of my clients, I trust my intuition for everything, for every little decision in my life, or for even big decisions in my life. I mean, that's the first thing that I usually contact if I need to make a decision, is to go deep within and connect with my intuition. And sometimes it's not like only for big stuff, like should I move to another country or something. I also contact my intuition for what I do want to eat.
I have to
For,
ask how you do that, because I know I have to trust my intuition, and when I don't, things go bad. I had a client drive to me, and something said to me, tell her not to come today. And I told her, don't come today, like we don't need to see you. And we weren't supposed to see each other that day. But then she forgot she wasn't supposed to come, and she did. And on her way home, she got into an accident with 4 cars. And I felt bad, because maybe I should have been stricter or said something more. So how do you know to trust your intuition so strongly? Yeah.
you know, for this example that you think that you mentioned here, for this example, I mean, you know, everybody has his own lessons to learn. Yeah, you know, I know we healers and coaches and whatever out there, we want everybody to help and have a great life, but we need also to accept that everybody has his own lessons, and as these lessons are important as well for the evolution of this human being. So we need to be able to allow somebody to have his own life lessons, which doesn't mean that you can't share your opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel something and you want to share it, you can do it, but not everybody can have an amazing life every day. So it's part of human nature to have kind of important life lessons.
I think,
And yeah,
sorry, I would just
sorry.
want to say, everybody has an intuition, right? How do you listen to it more?
Well, I mean, I would love to give you some complex answers here, like, you should do this or this technique and, quantum
For 5
touch.
hours.
Yeah, right. I would love to give you a complex and very complicated answer here, but, the most important thing you can do is to make space for your intuition to show up. So you need to make space. I mean, if you're always busy and you don't have a couple of minutes to breathe in and out and come back to yourself and center, then probably you won't get any access to your intuition, because you won't be able to listen to it. You won't be able to hear it as well. So the first thing you need to do is to make space for it. It's like, if you meet somebody and you are all the time on your phone, then probably you won't hear what he's telling you. So the same thing works with your intuition. You need to stop for a moment and breathe in and out for a couple of minutes and have this intention that you would like to get in touch with your intuition and breathe in and out.
Yes, breathing is important, I find.
Yes, and become even more silent if possible, and let go of any distractions and think that there is something more important out there, which is not true, which is never true actually. So this is the first thing: make space for intuition and have the intention to get in touch with her, with it or with him, no matter what gender it has. Yes, right. And then start communicating, start talking with your intuition, start asking questions, and see what happens. Some answers might show up in this very moment, if you're ready. If you're not ready, probably come a little bit later, but you keep asking. And this is one way how you can deepen your relationship to your intuition, by making space for it, having the intention to get in touch with it, and staying kind of in a conversation, being in a conversation with your intuition.
I really love that answer. I think it's so important.
Yeah, it's very simple, I mean, I know there are tons of books out there and seminars and trainings you can do, and you can do all of them, by the way. But you know, sometimes it's just enough to stop, breathe in and out, have the intention, don't get yourself distracted, and yeah, have a wonderful conversation with your intuition
I
and see
really
what
love
comes up.
Okay, so before we go, I want to know, is there any quotes or books that you love that you'd love to share, or 3 tips that you would love to share with all the women out there?
I want to encourage everybody to go more within and see if there's some messages coming from the inside.
Really love that.
I mean, I could also recommend you some great books. I mean, at the moment, for example, if you're talking about books, I'm reading this one. Oh, I didn't start it yet, but I want to start with that. It's Finding God Through Sex. It's it's kind of more tantra thing, because I want to get more familiar with that topic. That's why I
Like
bought
you
this
said,
book.
embodiments.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the embodiment of the divine sexuality, which is a very important topic, I think. I mean, of course, you can buy this book, but always have and make time and space for going within and see and feel if there are some messages coming from within.
I really love that. We don't go within enough. We don't silence ourselves enough. I know I try to, but even when you said breathe just now, I was like, hey, you need to breathe deeper, sit up straighter. Yeah.
Right.
Finding
Yeah.
myself
Breathing. I love breathing, Sometimes we forget to breathe.
We do. We really
Yes.
do.
Yes. And, you can get any information out there, even this interview, you're listening to this interview and you might get some nuggets from this interview, hopefully.
We really have.
But but in the end, I mean, the biggest nugget I want to give you and I want to share with you right now is to make space every day, no matter how much time you have, but make space to go within and ask yourself, how do I feel right now? How am I right now? What are my desires? What are my challenges?
Yeah.
Or even just being in this space of nothingness. Even this is amazing if you can do it, because nobody does it.
Yes, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
everybody's mind would be on their to-do list of what they have to do and everything else.
Right. I mean, if you can be in this space of spaciousness and beingness for a couple of minutes, this is I say to my clients, this is actually the time where magic can happen. Yeah, it's not when you think you have to think and figure out everything. The more you think, it's not usually the space of magic where opens up. It's more this time frames where you allow some kind of different kind of different level of your consciousness to get in, to be in a different state of consciousness, to allow something new, something fresh, or even some kind of spaciousness and beingness. If you invite that into your life, this is actually the time where the most magic happens.
I really love that. I think that is such a beautiful way to end with your interview, because
Yes.
it's so important. So please tell us where we can find you. What are your programs, your social media handles, your websites?
Yeah, right. I mean, you can find me on the internet, for example. If you go to www.asimaliloski.com, you will see actually that I have more or less 5 programs. 5 coaching programs at the moment running. There is one program like if you want to be a wealthy spiritual coach.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I help
popular.
people to not just being a better coach, but also being a better coach entrepreneur. So if this is something for you, go for it. I have also a coaching program for high net worth individuals, which is from 1 million euros. But actually, there are some programs starting from 5K. There are programs for 30K, 50K. Just go on my website and you will take a look and have a look at it.
Lovely. But I definitely think the one program you mentioned, spiritual.
The wealthy spiritual coach, which is for all light workers, healers, coaches out there who want to tap into their greatness and not only do kind of wonderful spiritual work and healing work out there, but also be successful with that and also tap into their financial power, which is very important. That's how we began our interview, actually.
Or else we will forget why we're doing something, feel like it's not doing anything for us, and then we'll forget what our life purpose is. So I really think that is.
I can give you a definition of a purpose, or even give you a glimpse of what a purpose means for me. I mean, I define success or purpose, which is for me the same actually, as something where I experience personal fulfillment plus financial reward plus making a positive impact in this world. That's my definition of success and purpose.
Personal fulfillment, a positive reward on the world.
No. So personal fulfillment, financial reward.
Financial reward.
Okay. Yeah, and positive impact in this world. That's how I define success.
And the important thing is the impact. And when you start doing that, then the money does flow.
Yeah, all 3 things are important. I mean, I do know people out there who are doing great work, but still not having the financial reward they are desiring, which is probably
where you come in to help them with a deeper feeling.
Yeah, right. Which is rooted in some limiting money beliefs, for example. This can be a thing. And you can also have the greatest financial reward, but not the personal fulfillment.
Yes.
Which is So that's why there's nothing in this formula that is more important or less important. Everything is important as equal.
That is really beautiful. I really love that. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you for your time and being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Watching it is going to totally appreciate it as well.
Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.